Hello and welcome to another episode from the Department of Deportation. Today we're going to be talking about the activist Obama-appointed judge, Kathleen Williams, who's decided that Alligator Alcatraz has to be shut down. She uses some extraordinary means to get to this decision and just makes up stuff out of thin air. Let's take a look. Don't forget to like and share this video and follow our channel. So, a few weeks ago, this exact same judge decided, again, out of thin air, that there was going to be no more detainees headed to Alligator Alcatraz while she thought about how the facility was going to go. Well, it turns out that she decided that nobody's going to be going to Alligator Alcatraz and that it has to be shut down. Let's take a look at some of the responses to this are. First up, it's DeSantis.
This was not something that was unexpected. This is a judge that was not going to give us a fair shake. This was preordained, very much an activist judge that is trying to do policy from the bench. This is not going to deter us. We're going to continue working on the deportations, advancing that mission. We knew that this would be something that would likely happen, and we will respond accordingly. That have already been ordered to be removed by the current system, and yet the previous administration didn't want to do anything about it. We're now in this position where we're leading the state efforts to help the Trump administration actually enforce the law and actually remove these illegal aliens from not just Florida but from our country. And that's something that we didn't have for 4 years, and now that's something that we're absolutely on board with making sure happens going forward. And so we're not going to be deterred. We're totally in the right on this. But I would also note, because of the success of Alligator Alcatraz, there's demand for more. So I did announce that we are going to be opening another facility right outside of Jacksonville in Baker County, and we've called that the Deportation Depot. And so that is something that will be able to hold another 2,000. There's an airport close by, and so you have the processing and then the removal.
You can check out my video I did on Deportation Depot. Next up is Byron Donalds responding.
Just hopped off the phone with Congressman Byron Donalds. He was here, so was I, when this facility opened back in July. He told me he believes this judge's ruling is political.
I think it's ridiculous. This makes no sense. You have a concrete pad that's been in the Glades since the 60s. I've been to the site. There is nothing that is harming the Everglades on that concrete pad. And so what you have is a rogue judge with the wild environmentalists trying to stop what is protecting Floridians.
Well, Tom Homan was a little more brutally realistic and was also mentioning that they might just have to follow the judge's orders. But if you read between the lines, he's also talking about them appealing.
Shut down Alligator Alcatraz, the judge ordering it to be shut down. What does that look like for the ICE agents, and then also?
No, they're not going to stop us doing what we're doing. We'll follow the judge's order, and we'll litigate it, and we'll appeal it. But bottom line is, we're going to continue to arrest public safety threats and national security threats every day across this country. When we have to send them to another facility, that's what we're going to do. That's why the president has asked for 100,000 beds in the big, beautiful bill. So we're going to build 100,000 beds. So we're not going to have a lack of bed space. For every illegal alien we arrest, we need a bed. And that's why the 100,000 beds is important. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And these radical judges make these decisions. They may slow us up a bit, but they're not going to stop us.
Just to be clear, when you say you're going to follow the judge's order, that means Alligator Alcatraz is not going to be
We
shut
follow
down.
every judge's order while we appeal it and litigate it.
So it will be shut down in the interim?
I don't think that decision has been made yet. We're reviewing.
Okay.
It's a DOJ question. We're reviewing the order, and we'll see where we go from there. But we're not going to defy court. We'll just take it to a higher level and appeal it.
Now let's listen to the terrible take coming from the Miami-Dade County mayor. And it's pretty amazing that this is a county that was at least plus 10 red for Trump in the election last year. And here she is with her take on this.
And we are uplifting the courageous decision of Judge Williams from yesterday that orders the state and the federal government to bring no new detainees and to shut it down within 60 days. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to the judge for being so diligent, recognizing the threats to our beautiful natural environment. I'm so grateful to the Miccosukee tribe who've always fought for this area. And I'm grateful to all of the advocates and activists who've called attention to these issues, not only to the environment, but to the humanity and the lack of fair treatment, lack of access to counsel, and the deplorable conditions for people inside this facility. So thank you everyone for your advocacy, and let us hope and pray that this decision continues to move forward.
Well, she just pretty much doesn't even hide it. She just outright says it. She thanks activists and people like that. And, of course, the Miccosukee tribe, who, if you take a look, they are advertising their 27-hole golf course. And you can see their casino from large chunks of the Everglades. Right down the road from this project is also a new strip mall and gas station that they're building. So the Miccosukee are okay with it as long as they're doing the construction, apparently. So, first off, I'm not a lawyer, but when we examine this ruling, we'll see a couple things that stand out. First, Kathleen Williams decided that she was not going to change the venue on this, and I've seen it argued that it's Collier County, so it should have been filed in the Tampa courts, not in the South Florida region. And, in addition to that, she also decided that this was just going to be declared federal property and subject to all federal rules in her jurisdiction. Well, that's not necessarily true either. It was not actually owned by the feds. And she's also, of course, throwing a bunch of, leftist progressive politics in there, and she just doesn't want to see this facility operating at all. They need to really nip this stuff in the bud, or we're going to see this, exponentially grow and take over, and all the facilities are going to get shut down for little BS reasons. Well, that does it for this video. Don't forget to like and share it, and follow our channel, and visit DeportationDeportation.com for all your sick merch, like that Alligator Alcatraz shirt you saw.